Hello, anybody here? Trying to go live. We tried it once before, but unfortunately, my sound didn't work. So I'm hoping that it's working this time. I think it is. If not, I'll be upset because it'll be 2 times of not getting it right. Richard went to the store. Let me see if I can get this pointed in the right direction. There we go. Because he, like me, forgot that we had the 2 o'clock live date. And it is, well, it's 1:51, so we're a little early. So I'm hoping he'll get here before 2 o'clock. In any case, I will be here. I forget how much he forgets. He has trouble holding on to anything recent. He remembers stuff from months ago, years ago, pretty well. But recent stuff, short-term memory, he has a lot of problems with. He forgets the names of his grandkids. Yesterday, a lady from the VA care office asked him his birth date, and he said November 11th, which that isn't his birthday. But his birthday is the 11th month. So I just corrected him. No, that's not right. What is it? And he said it right the second time. But normally he would have never done that. That's just another thing that we're dealing with. We're working on him being able to do better with his diet. And we went to the gym to work out today, hoping that some of these changes will help him, because I heard about a study of people that went off of sugar for 90 days and their memory actually improved. And yesterday, when I was talking to the lady from the VA, she said that she's heard that sugar causes dementia. So it's very possible, I guess it could. And he's writing down what he's eating every day because he has to report that to the people for he's planning on doing weight loss surgery, which will help him tremendously. I hope it does. I had it and it helped me a lot. It helped me get rid of high blood pressure. It helped me with asthma. I don't have asthma anymore. I can get around a whole lot easier, and I still have weight to lose, but I've lost like 80 pounds. So it makes a difference. Just even that much makes a difference. So anyway, still waiting for Richard, but it's not 2 o'clock yet. So I'm hoping he'll get here in 6 minutes to help us with what we're doing, because he's part of this. He's part of learning to quilt and doing rug hooking. And I watch Mike, who's 81 years old and has a YouTube channel. And like he said, if you're not dead, you're not done. And I totally believe that. I totally agree with that. You could give up, and you could just sit and read or sit and watch TV and let the world just fold in around you and not notice what's going on and not learn anything new and not do anything productive. But I'm not willing to let that happen. I'm not willing to let go of him. And I don't think he wants to let go either. I think he wants to hang on as well. So we are fighting to keep our lives to be here for our grandkids, for our kids. They're not ready for us to be gone yet. I lost my parents when my mother was my age. I'm 70 and Richard is 74. My mom was 70, my dad was 72, and I lost them both within a couple of months of each other. My dad died first in March. My mom died in May. She had pancreatic cancer and he had bad heart. He lived with a pacemaker for 10 years and had heart failure, but they both fought for life. They fought until the end. And life is worth it. Life is worth fighting for. God put us on this earth for a reason, and I believe that. I believe God put us here for a reason. And if I wasn't needed anymore, then I would be okay with going, but I don't feel like that's the case right now. So I want to see Richard improve. I don't want to see him go down. And so that's where we're at. And at the very least, see him maintain. But I really don't want to even give in to that. I'd like to see him improve. And I think it's possible. I think it's possible that he can improve his life. Like I said, we went to the gym today and we are massively out of shape. Both of us are. We only worked out for about 15 minutes and my legs felt like rubber and my arms were tired. I got on some kind of a glider machine and 2 minutes and my legs were burning. And then I went to some of the other circuit machines that work out your arms and your core a little bit. And I was able to do more than Richard was. He went on 2 of the machines and I went on 4 of them. But he was just done in after that. And I could feel it. I definitely could feel it. So we'll be going back and doing more. We have a treadmill in our house that we can work on, and we have a couple bikes. And we used to go bike riding, and we haven't done that for a long time. But we could air up the tires and go again. Go out there. I like bike riding. I like doing it. So I'm hoping that he'll give it a go. I hope he'll give it a go, even if it's just around the block to start out with. That would be good. That would be a good start. And in the meantime, we're trying to watch our diet better, keeping track of calories and protein levels. When you do weight loss surgery, you have to really watch how much protein you take in. You need to have 80 to 100 grams of protein a day. And it's a lot harder to do that than you would think. It's a lot harder because an egg only has 9 grams of protein. And you kind of almost have to supplement with protein drinks. I've started making protein coffee, which I use some just tasteless protein powder and put it in the coffee, and it helps. What do you know? He's here. I was afraid you'd forgotten about our going live at 2:00.
Huh?
I was afraid you'd forgotten about us going live at 2:00.
Oh, I forgot. I did.
And it's 2 minutes to 2, but I've got it going. And this time the sound is working.
Yes.
So come in and sit down, and I've been kind of updating them on some of the things that we've been doing about like going to the gym and stuff like that. And told them I forgot that you probably forgot about our deal.
Yes.
Because I forgot to tell you, or I forgot to think that you would maybe not remember that. So anyway, what we're here for initially is we were going to unbox something new, a new tool that we have, which is the AccuQuilt. We watched Barry, the quilter, the electrician guy, and he was talking about Boo Boo. It was his birthday this weekend. He's 7 now. he was talking about how it's hard sometimes to get things cut accurately because when you're holding your ruler, sometimes it moves on you and it just doesn't work out. And we've found that to be the case. Boo Boo, settle down. Settle down. No being wild. No being wild. Anyway, Richard was the first one that thought he'd like to get an AccuQuilt. So it's kind of a pricey thing. So we talked it over and decided that we would forego both of our birthdays and Christmas and get this instead because, we both wanted it. And we never really spend even this much on our birthdays or Christmas, do we? So we ordered it and it came actually 3 or 4 days ago, but we had company over the Labor Day holiday, so we couldn't really get it out and try it or even unbox it then. So we decided to wait until after everybody went home and get it out. So anyway, this is what we got. It's an AccuQuilt Go. It's not a Go Me. It's the next biggest one. Show them how it works, Richard. Show them, pull it apart and show them. Here, look. There you go. It's pretty easy to take apart. And it came with a lot of stuff. It came with, where's the book? It came with a book.
Is this it?
No, it was a big book. It was a big book full of patterns and stuff.
Is that it?
No, that's...
There it is.
It's underneath here. Okay, grab it. Okay. We've been collecting patterns, but this has got I don't know, it says that this Go Cube thing here can do 72 different patterns combinations. So this thing is full of patterns and how-tos and how to use it. And it is an awesome thing, an awesome book. And it tells you about what all's available, different ways to use it and stuff. It's just really comprehensive. It really is. And it'll take us a while to even get through it. We just got done doing a couple of table runners. I'll go get mine. Our table runners were an ordeal, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
Here they are. Okay. And they were a lot harder to make than I expected. And part of what was hard was getting them cut accurately. This is Richard's. He's so much more meticulous than I am. And his points and stuff went together better because he's better at being precise. He still has to quilt his and bind it. I finished mine a day or so ago, and I got mine done, and I quilted it with decorative stitches, which it just blew me away that you could do that. I didn't even know it. We went to the Quilted Cow to take the lessons. This is an intermediate class to do something like this. Our first class was just blocks, but to do this pattern was intermediate, and setting it up and making sure that you're sewing the right things together and getting them to where they look like a block was a lot harder to keep track of than what I expected. And then we watched the guy that does sewing parts online, and he was talking about how to do half square triangles, and we tried doing that method, and it helped some laying it all out and getting it done like that. But anyway, it came with this set. This it lets you do
72.
is it 2.5 or 2.5 inch strips. So that's what and it has the mats that go with it.
Yeah, it says 2.5 strips.
It'll do six levels of make every cut count. Go with the grain. And it has this little guide too that tells you even more information. And then it comes with the cutting mats. All this came in this section. And then we got this, and it has 2 and 4 inch finished shapes. So it has a little tool for you to work with when you take things out of the die, to pull things out of the die. I think this what this is so if stuff gets tucked down in the die area, you can pick this material out. So this has got dies and mats. These are the mats that go with that. And then we got this that came with it too. I mean, if you're just getting the machine, it's probably 300 and something, but we paid 600 and something, and we got all of this extra stuff too. So it's this 8-inch go block, and it has all kinds of other dies that will go together to finish an 8-inch block. And this one is, all this has in it, in this little one, is the mat that goes with all the dies in here, and then another little book to explain things. And then what else have we got? There are like 4 dies in each one of these little sections. It even has, I mean, this is a really good way of keeping them together. Yeah, so you can see what all different kinds of things it does, all the different cuts. There's parallelograms, there's half square triangles, there's quarter square triangles, there's rectangles. What's my other glasses? I can't read. There they are. I have reading glasses and see far away glasses. These are the reading ones. Yeah, it says this one has a 2-inch block, and a 4-inch block, and has a rectangle, 4-inch rectangle, 4x2 rectangle, and this one has, oh gosh, a parallelogram and a quarter square triangle. This one has quarter square triangles, and it has one that's on point, a square that's on point, and then there's another. I mean, there's bunches of them, and they're different sizes and different types of. Let's see, this one's diamond square star pattern. This is mosaic number 10 pattern. This one is 0 pattern, and the other one is uneven 9-patch pattern. So anyway, that's just one section. That's just one. And then the other one has, what all does it have? Yeah, I will. This is what the other one looks like. All these different dies. I'll read them off to you. This one is broken dishes pattern, mill wheel pattern, which is, and then there's old maid's puzzle pattern, and 4-patch pattern. So yeah, it's a lot, and we're excited to get started using it. We've got to get busy. I finished up what I need to. Richard's got to finish up his, and then we can get started on something else. We still have one quilt that we started at the Quilted Cow that we haven't finished yet. It's just a regular block pattern quilt, but we also joined the Quilting Guild, and we're going to work on Quilts of Valor. Do you have that thing that where did we do with the?
I don't know where it's at right offhand.
Is it over by you by any chance? the eagle thing? Or did we put it back over
I
there?
don't think we need to put it back over there.
I'll go look and see if it's over here. Yep, it's over here. Anyway, we went to the Quilting Guild and we went to their Quilts of Valor meeting, which I made a video about us going there, and Richard wants to do some Quilts of Valor because he's a veteran. Which way does it go? Is it I got it this way? Is this the right way? Or is it this way?
Yeah, you got it right way.
Okay. This is a center panel, and they usually want them to be a certain size. I think 64 by 74 is what they want them to be. So
yeah.
I've been planning out.
Oh, well, so much for that.
Planning out a grid of things that we could, that has 8-inch panels or 8-inch blocks in it, and I think some 12-inch blocks that we can make to go around the edges of it with some sashing and stuff. So we're trying to plan out how much material we need for that. And what's neat is the Quilting Guild will provide the material for you because they have all kinds of people that donate stuff for the Quilts of Valor. So we don't have to even buy the material. We just need to make the plan, sew it, and make the quilt, and then we donate it to a veteran.
What's that down there?
That's one of the mats that
Okay.
now, what else were we going to cover? Well, we were going to do this and talk about some of the things that we're going to be doing. But
okay,
making some quilts for, let's see, making quilts for some relatives. Richard he made one for his sister, and we gave that to her. That was his first quilt. He has already given that to her. And then we've both got some table runners that we're working on and finishing up, and I'm not real sure what we're going to do with those, if we'll give them away as Christmas gifts or something. But we'll probably make some for ourselves. He wants to make one for me and for our daughter and his daughter and our daughter-in-laws. And we've got a granddaughter who's just turned 16, and before we know it, she will be off to college. So we talked to her mom, and she said probably a twin size would be good for her because when they go to college, they're in a dorm usually, and they usually have a twin size bed. So it would be good to have for her to have a quilt for that. And then once she's out of college, she can use it for a throw on a couch or something. So anyway, that's kind of what we were going with that. Not my paper that had everything on it. Here it is. Okay. What else we were going to go on? Oh yeah, we were going to talk about also some of the other things that we do is rug hooking. And Richard, here you can show them this. This is your character that you made back in the day.
You can't see that very well.
I can see it.
I drew this when I was a freshman in high school, and that was back in the early 60s.
Yeah, and so he wants to do rug hooking, maybe do rug hooking with that, but also he'd like to make a applique quilt with that pattern.
Yeah.
And make a pattern out of it and then make
Do we
it
have
into
the
a quilt.
paper drawing?
I have one, and we will go to Staples and make some copies. I will, because we need to have a black and white line art for them to make copies that are not ridiculously expensive. So that will work for that. And so we want to work on that for rug hooking and for quilting. I think it would be really cool to be able to do a quilt with that and use your imagination for what kind of a background. It's kind of like a sea creature, don't you think? Was that what you were thinking when you drew it?
Well, when I put in the eyes and the eyebrow, it made it look like a sea creature, but originally it was just a shape.
Just a shape, but it does look like a creature. And it's just a really peaceful looking creature. I think it's a really cool design. Also, let's see, we talked about contributing to the Quilts of Valor because you're a veteran and you're a disabled veteran. He's sit over here next to me. Yeah, sit over next to me because they're not seeing you hardly. He's a disabled veteran. He was in the Navy, and
Vietnam vet.
Yeah, and what you were on? What ship?
I was on the USS Ticonderoga.
Yeah.
CVA 14. It was an aircraft carrier, World War II era aircraft carrier.
Yeah, and you had to go in the Vietnam waters.
Yep.
When they were doing Agent Orange. And how did Agent Orange get in with you guys?
Well, they spread a large area, and the winds carried it out to sea, some of it, so we got exposed that way.
Yeah, and the aircraft carriers used to suck in the water, and they would use the water from the ocean for all kinds of things, washing the ship. They took showers in it. They did filter it, but filtering it didn't get rid of the Agent Orange, really, not entirely. So all these men who were exposed to Agent Orange, they have a thing called the PACT Act now, and they're trying to go and help the Vietnam era veterans who were exposed to some of this stuff, and also the veterans in Afghanistan and stuff that were exposed to burn pits and things.
Yeah.
And so Richard didn't get disability until a couple years ago. And
don't talk about me.
But it's high time that Vietnam era veterans get taken care of, and I'm just glad that they're doing that, and encourage any other Vietnam era veterans to check out the PACT Act in case you qualify for some help. It helps in not only financially, but then they cover more of your medical expenses too. So it's been a real blessing. And what else? Talking about a little bit about using arts and crafts to help stay positive and deal with memory problems and stuff like that. Do you feel like it helps?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It takes your mind off of some of your problems. It gives you something else to think about other than just your problems or what has happened to you. So in that way, it's very, plus doing it is very therapeutic.
Yeah, I think so.
At least for me.
Yeah. We watch The Last Homely House, and one of her sayings, Kate's sayings, is get out of your head and into your hands. And I think that is a very good saying. If you're busy and being productive, you're not going to be as introspective and worrying about things that you can't do anything about. And being productive is, I don't know, I think people really need to feel productive. I definitely do. I don't like just not doing anything. We're both retired now, so we want to give back and do things for other people and not just be bumps on the log.
Yes.
So that's what we're working on now. If any of you guys have found quilting or rug hooking to be therapeutic, leave comments for us. And if you have any questions, we would be glad to answer any questions. We're open books pretty much, aren't we? We're pretty transparent about our lives. We feel like anything we can do to help somebody else out is worth it. So if you have any questions or suggestions or things that you think that we should try to cover, give us a shout out and tell us. what you think, and we would be glad to answer them.
Yeah, any of those vets who were in the military during Vietnam, please give us a shout out. And that's also the present day vets. We want to hear from all of you. But if you're a Vietnam era vet, give us a holler and let us know what's going on. And
yeah, we're from a family of veterans. My son spent 20 years in the Army, and he just retired. My dad was a career Air Force sergeant, and my brother was a career Air National Guard. I had another brother that was in the Army for a little while. So there's lots of I have cousins that were Marines. I mean, just have lots of military people in our family. So it's near and dear to our heart. And I grew up on air bases and around the military. I almost feel like I was in the military, even though I wasn't, just because I grew up on bases and stuff. It felt like it. I probably should have joined, but I didn't. But anyway, also, you want to tell them about your sewing machine?
Oh, well, my wife found online a 1950s era Singer sewing machine. You want to turn the camera around and see if
I can turn it around so they can see it.
See it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
Richard's proud of that little machine, and he can run it. He likes having one of his own. He wanted his own machine.
Yeah, this is a Singer sewing machine. It's basically a straight stitch sewing machine. It's a model 99K is the model number, but we've done a little bit of sewing on it for the quilts, and it's working out just fine, which is what we need it for. So this is a 99K Singer sewing machine. Yeah,
you like it.
It works real good, and it's heavy.
Yeah,
it is. It's got some meat to it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we bought a little one of those little collapsible wagons to if we go to the quilt group. Being able to haul those in and out. Both of mine's not as heavy as his, and mine's a Singer too, but it's a 44S, and it does a little bit of fancy stitches, not a lot, but it does a few. But it's not as heavy as that one. That one's cast iron. But it's the lady that owned that she bought it new, and she's in her 80s. And so we went out to their house and I tried it out and it worked fine. So I thought, sounds good. You want that? We'll get you one. You can have your own.
Yeah, for what I need to do, which is basically straight stitch, this little machine is going to do just fine.
It does do reverse. This one does reverse.
And I've done something. I've given her a name. Her name is Lucy Lou. Don't ask me where that name came from. Just something that popped in my head. But this is Lucy Lou, and I'm really looking forward to really getting in and doing some quilts on her.
Yeah, we went to the Quilt has some kind of a bonanza that they sell a bunch of people's leftover stuff, and we've been to two of them. Two of their quilt giveaway or sell things. It's to raise money for the Quilt Guild, but man, we've got like tubs of fabric now, so we aren't going to need to buy any for a little while. So we've got enough to make several quilts probably.
It says here that this was made in Great Britain.
Yeah.
So it's solid. It's even got a light back here.
Yep, it does.
And it's solid. I'm really looking forward to getting on
and
it.
I bought you some bobbins that should fit it. I bought you some more bobbins, and we found these little LED lights to put on your machine. You can put them up like around here on your machine, and it'll light things up better. I put some on mine, so it lights up. I'll see if we can get in, see mine. I put them on there so I can see a little better. It has a light, but it doesn't light up as good as I would like it to. These are needles. But with the little LED lights, it gives you a little extra. Thought we'd try that out. There we go. Anyway, so that's pretty much all we were going to talk about today. We just wanted to show you our new tool and see if we can come up with some interesting things to do. We were a little overwhelmed by the last project, the ones where we made the block, the ones that had the pinwheels in it. It was a little overwhelming, so I think we're gonna, I don't know, other than we'll probably have to do something like that for the Quilt of Valor, but I'm kind of looking forward to just sewing some regular patches together. I like the old-fashioned just patchwork quilts, and as far as I'm concerned, I could have one of those and I'd be happy. Just choosing colors and stuff that I like. Also, one thing, Richard had never sewn before, so he's not only learning to quilt, but he's also learning to use a sewing machine and to sew. I had sewn a lot. I've sewn prom dresses and some of my own clothes, and I worked in a sewing factory, so I've used sewing machines a lot, but not him. This was brand new for him. So when we went to the Quilted Cow, they were going to give lessons for the cost of the materials. So the lessons were free. We just had to buy our materials there, which were very reasonable. And so we started with you doing just a regular block quilt, and you got it done. And then we decided, okay, we're going to up the game a little bit and do an intermediate lesson. And Anne, who is very patient with us, suggested we do something smaller like a table runner or table topper for something that's a little more of a challenge. And so that's what we did, which I'm glad that's what we did.
Yeah.
If we'd had to do a whole quilt like that, that would have been a lot. But we did, and we got it, the worst of it done. Richard still has to quilt his and put a binding on it, but the hard part's done, the piecing and he's got that done, and it looks good. So, and mine is totally done now, which I had a little trouble with the binding. I was working on my sewing machine, and I don't know, I got it done, but I had to do a little picking out of stuff and then redoing it. And then my sewing machine just quit on me, and I thought, what is wrong with this thing? Come to find out, it'd come unplugged. So it wasn't anything wrong with the machine. It was just the plug came undone. But anyway, it's always something goofy simple like that.
Yeah, so if you're seeing this, please make a comment down below and let us know what you think. Or if you have any ideas about quilting, or maybe some of you know this machine better than I do. When I was growing up, I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandma had a sewing machine like this. So this here, when we got this is kind of special to me.
Kind of nostalgic. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have any comments or anything, please give us a holler. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we would. And we're new at this. We're not experts. We're not trying to give tutorials. We'll share with you what we're doing,
and what we're learning.
But yeah, we're not anybody. We watch all the YouTube videos, probably at least a couple of them a day, to and have subscribed to several of them. The Brenda at Mount Scrapmore, I've subscribed to her, and she gives channels shout outs. And
who's that guy that we watch?
And we watch Dave's Craft Room, and he's hilarious to watch. He makes quilts about everything. I mean, I would never think of what he thinks of for quilts, but I love watching him, and it's inspirational. And I think he's an artist. He's an artist of sorts. He makes horror quilts. He makes, I don't know, just quilts, anything you can think of, Korean quilts. He makes Japanese quilts. He makes quilts for all kinds of friends and babies. And anyway, he's quite the character. We like watching him, and we like watching Barry the quilter and the Marine quilter.
Yes.
We watch him, and Rob Appel. We watch him. There's another.
The older man that's a retired electrician.
Yeah, that's Barry the quilter.
Oh, Barry. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's a combat quilter. He doesn't put up very much, but he's made a few videos, and he hangs out with Rob Appel and the Marine quilter. They know each other. You can tell, and there aren't as many men quilters as there are women quilters, but I think they're gaining in popularity, and it's because it is a therapeutic thing.
Yeah.
Not just for women, but for men, it's therapeutic and it's productive, and it's something that you can do and give to other people and put a mark on the world, do something artistic. There are so many things. You can take it to really high levels. Richard's got a bachelor's degree in art, and I was a graphic designer, so I've got an associate's degree in graphic design. So both of us have been involved in art for years, and we had a weaving business back when we were young. We had floor looms and made hand woven rugs and sold them to different stores. We sold wholesale. We didn't do too much retail. We sold wholesale, which you can't make much that way. But anyway, we did it for, I don't know, a couple, 3 years, probably maybe a little longer, and don't have room for floor looms anymore, but I love doing it. And so did Richard. Richard was a very good weaver. He was a good weaver. So we've done that. And so we started doing rug hooking, because that's another type of rug to do. And Richard does punch needle stuff. And right now we've really gotten engrossed in quilting, though. So we're doing that. We're doing that, and we're trying to do some of the rug hooking too.
Yeah.
Trying to squeeze them both in. And I also crochet. So I learned to do mosaic crochet recently. So it's just like, do you guys have trouble narrowing it down to one hobby? I am like, it's really hard. I also paint. So being involved in art. Richard did ceramics when you were in college, didn't you?
Ceramics. Yep.
You have the good big hands, big strong hands for ceramics. So
yeah. Well, anyway, that's it, I think, for today. But please give us a call or holler online and tell us what you think. And like I said, if you know anything about this sewing machine, it's a 99K.
If you have one, show us a picture of yours. Share with us.
Yeah, tell us all about it.
Share us about your projects and what you're doing. We're interested. The whole point of us wanting to do this is to create a community of like-minded crafters, people that like to share what they do and enjoy doing shop talk and just sharing your gifts with us too. So our whole point of that is just to get to know more people that like to do the same things that we like to do. So we'll sign off for today, and thanks for watching.
Bye.
Yeah, be watching for whatever we do next. Probably the Quilts of Valor is probably the next thing we'll work on. We'll talk to you later.
I think that was pretty good, Ruth.
Yeah.
I think that